Justin Mullins Jr. Hello. We will be starting up here in just a second. Wait, what am I doing? How are you doing, sir? Or young man? I don't know how old you are. I hate assuming. How you doing? Hopefully the world is treating everybody kindly. I hope. Today we're going to be talking about the Taiga. Or at least attempting to. That's the game plan. I don't know where everybody's at. We'll give it a few more minutes, and if nobody shows up, I don't know what we're going to do. Oh, I know. Hi, Amira's makeup, Bethany Russell. Hi. How is everybody? Siri? I don't know who Siri is. Hi, Addie Lane. Sorry, I can read. Addie Lynn. Rylan, Meredith, and Meredith. Oh, hello. Hey, Sheldon. No, but I can get rid of you, sir. I don't do shout outs. Hi, Josie. Hi, Carter. Hi, Sheldon. Hannah Banana. Hi, Josie again. Hopefully everybody's doing okay. I don't know where my moderators are at. I'm going to go ahead and get started. We are talking about Taiga today. In just a second, anyway. Hi, Chelsea. Give me a second, okay? Oh, I was just going to message you. We're going to go ahead and get started. So, Taiga is a Russian word that means forest. And the taiga is certainly that. Yes, I do. I do remember, Lauren. And this band of forest runs from Alaska, Canada, into Europe, into Scandinavia, and Siberia. And it covers a whopping 11%. CCC? Get out who? It's amazing, isn't it? How it covers 11% of the earth. I'm like, that is crazy. Right? I think so. It extends from 50 degrees north latitude to 65 degrees north latitude. And it is the largest biome in the world. Another word for taiga is the boreal forest. The taiga is a little warmer than the tundra. For 6 months out of the year, they have winter. The temperatures, though, still are below freezing, with winter temps being negative 54 degrees Celsius to minus 1 degree Celsius, or I would have to look that one up, to negative 65 degrees Fahrenheit to 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Sheldon, you're good because I didn't know. I'd have to look it up. Thank you. With summertime temps climbing to 21 degrees Celsius or 70 degrees Fahrenheit. So a little bit warmer. North or northern regions is what I came up with. So north or northern regions. No. there are only 50 to 100 days out of the year where they don't have frost. Right? But this is... Right. But in this case, it's just boreal. I believe that's how they spell it. Yeah. So they have 50 to 100 days during the year where they don't have frost. Total precipitation for the year is around 30 to 85 degrees, or 30 to 85 centimeters, or 12 to 33 inches. It's, Carol, it just means north. It just means north. They basically get 2 seasons out of the year. That is, they basically get 2 seasons, winter and summer. At one time, this whole area, the entire part of the taiga, was covered in glaciers. The soils in the taiga tend to be really acidic because all of those needles get... Whoa! My phone has not been wanting to stay up. Basically, the soils get really acidic because of the needles breaking down from all of the trees. The permafrost found in the tundra extends into the taiga. Now, there are bogs in the taiga, but they're not the only freshwater ecosystem within the taiga. These bogs develop because of the permafrost, the bogs actually develop in the taiga, and they get a special name there. They're called muskigs. And I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right. Yeah, my phone gets drunk a lot, it seems like. Now, these special bogs get covered sometimes. And they get covered up by mosses. No, it's right above it. Musk eggs. They tend to be really shallow little bogs, and they will actually get covered up by the... Yeah, so it's northern lights. The ground is really wet and can be spongy in places. Now, the taiga forest is interesting because we think pine trees. But, and they are, most of the trees are going to be pines or firs or spruces. But, and it's true, conifers do really well in those really long winters and the short summers. There are some deciduous trees there as well, such as larch. And we talked about that a couple months ago. And we talked about them being a conifer that drops its leaves. You will also find willows and aspen trees, which are also deciduous. Now, lichens you're going to find in a lot of places, also in the tundra and in the taiga, and there are animals who do eat them. You're going to find more plants as well as mushrooms. And when it comes to animals here in the taiga, you're going to find things like birds, lots of birds, rodents, owls, eagles, moose, caribou, wild boar. Uh, yeah, yeah. You're also going to find wood buffalo if you're in North America. Sorry, I'm burping up dinner. That's just rude of me. Sorry. You're also going to find bears. Now, depending upon where you live, you're either going to have only brown bears, or you could have brown bears and black bears. Yes, wood bison or wood buffalo is a type of bison related to the bison that we had on the plains, but I believe they're a little bit smaller. Not really enjoying it, no. Ugh. Food coma. And you might, if you're lucky, get to see lynx, or if you live elsewhere, you might see Siberian tigers. If you're lucky, you might even get a glimpse of Wolverine, possibly. No, that's what I meant. Bobcats, monks, ermines, snowshoe rabbits, red squirrels, and voles, as well as beaver or possibly raccoon. Well, yeah. Depending upon where you live, you might also run into red deer or elk. Bird-wise, you might see crossbills because crossbills are really adapted for feeding on pine cones. Bird-wise, you might see finches, sparrows, snow buntings again. And with that, my nature peeps, we have covered the taiga. And you might also see wolves, big dog, and of course wolves. You might also see wolves. I found, man, I shouldn't eat and then try and do live. This is quite possibly my Magdalon tooth. Sorry. Sorry, Chelsea. If you live on a farm, dogs are nice to have because they keep the coyotes away. Uh-oh, my phone's gonna do it again. Well, I tell you what, I would say if it comes between the sheep, which you might be raising for money, and the coyotes, that's a hard call. That would be a hard sell. Chelsea, and for good reasons. And for good reasons. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want. I'm smart enough to know that sometimes domestic animals do get taken. And I am sorry for that. It is life. You're right. And sometimes stuff happens. I get it. Wow. I will be putting. I'm surprised. Well, sometimes they like to press their luck, and if they press their luck around the right type, the wrong type of dogs, yeah, really, I would think that breed would be on it. Do you have Pyrenees or Mastiffs? My nephew-in-law has a Great Pyrenees, and wow, they have chickens and turkeys and some ducks and swan geese. And he says that that dog watches for the hawks like you would not believe. I can't really see the picture. Yeah, Jack Russells have a little bit of attitude. They're a little bit like a Chihuahua. Lots of energy. Sorry, guys. I shouldn't be tired, but I ate like two plates for me is pretty good. I had 2.5. Napoleon syndrome. It's because they know that they can bite our heels and get away with it. I tell you what, Um, the my brother has a Chihuahua, and there was one day he heard this yiping and he couldn't figure out what was going on. So he went into the kitchen, and the whining that he heard was the pit bull. The Chihuahua was hanging from his neck. She was not playing around. Yeah, she does not put up with him at all. She's a little bit. He also has a German Shepherd. She's a female German Shepherd. She does not put up with him either. Like, he'll get into her food and she'll go, boop, literally smack him with her foot. It's like a kick. That, and she can fit his muzzle into her mouth. So, yeah, he learned very early on that she's the boss. But the best, though, is when they're chasing squirrels, or they're running out to bark at somebody on the next street. He'll be on the porch, on the deck, and she'll run out about halfway, look back at him, she'll pause, and then he'll run out with her. I don't know, dogs are weird. A blue tick. I don't know what a... Is that like a blue heeler? Oh, is that a hound? Oh. Is that like a blue tick coonhound? Okay, yeah, they're beautiful dogs. I had to look it up. So, I saw something that I want to talk about just because I saw it and I feel the need to talk about it. I was on Instagram, and something I like to do every once in a while, I'll get on Instagram and I'll feed through it and look at the different stuff that pops up. I saw a guy take his hand. He was showing off this really gruesome, I shouldn't say gruesome, that's bad on my part, but he was showing off a stonefish that he had just taken out of the ocean. And he was showing how if you push down with like your diving suit, that the spines can go through it. What he did next was complete and utter stupidity, I think. Maybe I should be nicer about it. But he literally stuck his hand into the spines of a stonefish. And I was like, what the heck? People, I don't understand, and I know, and I don't understand the reasoning behind it. Everybody knows that stonefish are highly venomous. There's no antidote for the poison. There's no anti-venom. From what I understand, painkillers aren't the best with this thing. So somebody explain to me why you would do that. Why would you knowingly do that? Hi. Good evening. I said hi. Yeah, that's like the pit bull. I haven't seen it, but I know. I think so. Uh, not according to my computer. It doesn't mean I like tigers. Yeah, I'm fine. I was I was waiting on that one actually. Carol, I take it that you translated that. You know what? My brother's pit bull um is fine. I've never had a moment at all where I have felt scared by him. I will not do things around him that might upset him. Like if the kids are acting up and they're being bad, I don't raise my voice at them. I don't raise my hand like in any way, shape, or form, even in play, to hurt them. Even if it looks like I might, he's the sweetest big boy. My dad is in his 80s. And when my dad goes to my brother's house, he will literally sit there for hours on end with my dad. Now, that being said, do I want to do something to upset him? No. Do I want him to come at me? No. But I've never had a problem with him. I think what should be outlawed is the way people abuse them. Chelsea, what we got was not cat. I mean, Carol, what do you think? I don't know. How do I say it nicely? What I got um was I like female body parts. But below the waist. Yeah, that's what showed up on mine. It didn't say cats. Now maybe our Google is messed up. Okay, we're not going there. We're not going there. I mean, Carol, you did it. So if if you think we should undo it, I'll undo it. But I mean, we can give the benefit of the doubt on it. Okay. Yeah, that does make sense. Maybe without the little. Hi, Bruley. Does the. Yeah, I'm still getting the same thing. Hi, Cook. What type of piercing did you get, Chelsea, or is it safe to ask? Already did talk about it. Oh, Carol. Ah, I bet. Cook. Mm-mm. Hello, Lauren. I'm good. I just got done having Easter dinner with my family. Well, sort of. I think so. Easter and Halloween are your favorites. I like Halloween too because I can be spooky. I live in the United States. I love tamales too, especially when they have just a little bit of heat to them. Have a good night. Oh, excuse me. I can't wait to get all of my shark's teeth identified. Awesome, awesome. We have a few more hours till Easter, unfortunately, here in the US. My church has started giving us 1 hour of church on Easter, so that's cool. Yeah, so many myths and stories come out of the Appalachians. It's amazing. I am going to church. We just had dinner with my family. So Easter is going to be spent in solitary time. I'm not a this is this is the way I like people. I like spending East I like people, but I like people on my terms. Too many people wears me down. I'm very strange that way. That's okay. I get it. My I don't know. I don't know what my favorite foods are. Um I like our our traditional American Thanksgiving meals. Ooh. See, I like spooky. Sheldon, have you heard my story? Have I told you my story? I think I've told Chelsea. Yes, if you hear whistling outside your home after dark, you don't go out. Period. If you hear your name being called after dark outside, you don't go out. Very cool. I wouldn't start crying, but I know not to go out. I have seen. Nope, not gonna say it now. I don't mind going places. I've been places, seen things. I have my house. One of my friends didn't believe me. My nephews had friends, and they didn't believe me. They were downstairs in the basement, and it wasn't too long after that one of the kids started acting a fool. And I told him, you guys need to go. And the energy changed like that. It went from being calm to being, you need to get out. And I made him leave. I don't know. I don't know if there's something here, but it's a very interesting. I leave it alone. I don't mess with it, and it doesn't mess with me. That's a good place to be, nature boy. Nope. See, there I have to disagree with you. I mean, it can be the mind playing tricks, obviously, but not in this case. Science can usually explain away a lot of things, but then there's other times when nope, it can't. Like I'm pretty sure I've had sleep paralysis at night, but other times when, yep, nope. When it's noontime, when it's noon, and you're wide awake, yep, nope. Wow, we've got quiet. Either that or my phone is acting up. You guys have got really quiet. I'm sorry. Am I about to lose you guys? I just noticed you've rearranged things. No more closet. Closet. You guys can't see the closet. No, you've never been able to see the closet. You mean that? That door? That's not the closet. It's for shoes. Normally you would use it for shoes, but I use it to hold stuff. Like my phone, if it's like if I don't want to be bothered. It has my D&D dice in it. My car charger for the phone. Stuff like that. I don't like showing it off. Okay. Geesh. Das phone is being stupid. I think you should. Should what? Rearrange things? Is that what you were commenting on? I don't know. No, I meant that part of my room doesn't need to be shown off. What other streamer? You mean Cook? Cook left, yeah. I like my stuff. Oh, thank you. I have limited income, but I can save up a little. Got it. I mean, I do have some stuff. I don't know if I showed you this or not. This is, it's really hard to see, I know. But that is, you're going to have to trust me. That is bone. It's very hard to see. But if you were up close, you would be able to see that this is really porous. Just like bone would be. This is part of a tortoise. Part of a tortoise shell. Very old. Very, very old. Not sure. I originally thought that oh, no, I will talk to you as long as you're being nice. These are, I thought they were fish. I haven't had these identified yet. Because I like to be right. I don't like to be guessing. My first thought was these were fish teeth. But the more I handle them, the more I think maybe these, I think these might be reptilian. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask to find out. I try to talk to people. There's my phone again being stupid. Want to try something. Maybe if I put gamma in back of it. Maybe gamma will hold it up. Ooh. Me? Are you asking everybody? My favorite place was Yellowstone, without a doubt. Yellowstone was amazing. We went to a place down in Indiana to go geode hunting and fossil hunting. That was amazing too. Went to Little Bighorn and I hated it. It was not good. I just wanted to get out of there. I know it's a part of America history, but I just couldn't do it. And for as much as I really don't like open water or deep water, seeing the sea lions in the water or the seals in the water in San Francisco Bay, that was awesome too. The only time I've ever been in a cave was in Utah, and it's like a mile climb up a mountain. Lauren, did you leave? Yeah, I get that. I don't do heights. In fact, going into Yellowstone, I had to ride into the up and over the mountains, sitting in the floor of our minivan. Uh-uh. Interesting. Scotland looks amazing. I want to go to Loch Ness, not because of not because of the monster, just because it looks amazing. That is true. We uh we used to drive out to Utah to see my grandpa and grandma. I love the West. Yeah, but Europe has the history that we will never have. We do, but there's a history to Europe. Oh, I bet. There's a guy on the channel who does or did what was it? Mosquito um control, but he also used to do invasive plant stuff. To me, that's amazing. That is true. There's Italy, there's France, Germany, Switzerland, Venice, Amsterdam, Rome, Milan, London. My family came from a town in Switzerland, and I'd love to see it. I'd love to be in the home city or hometown. I want to say it's in Switzerland. There was a ginormous rock slide, and it buried the entire city. And it's a park. Ireland would be cool too. I had to look that one. I had to look up. So it's an island in the Caribbean. Or I'm sorry, in the Mediterranean. $957 to fly there. It's 15 hours and 10 minutes from Chicago. I want to say my family has a really weird connection to one of the areas in Great Britain. There's an area in Lanarkshire. It's L-A-N-C. Whoops. Lancashire. People were going nuts at this time. And everybody was like accusing each other of witchcraft and whatnot. One of my mom's relatives somehow got caught up in it. And 10 of these ladies were found guilty and they were executed. And one of my mom's relatives was executed for being a witch. She was one of the 12 or 10 Pendle witches. True story. That was 1612. And is the most famous witch trial in all of England. Kind of creepy, kind of morbid, but it's family. The stuff you know. I wonder if I would have been labeled I'd hate to think. You know, Sheldon, I have another story. I have another story about that. About where that might come from. I had a college professor when I was in college who would tell me quite often that my love, because I have a love for nature and I don't know when it started, she believes, and I stress, she believes that in a past life I was a shaman. She believes that I was either a Native American shaman or that I was the shaman from a South American tribe. I I have a I believe that, and I have kept tarantulas. It's not a secret. Um, but I don't believe personally in past lives. But do I? Not that I know of. I know at one point the family was somehow involved in a massacre carried out by the Native Americans. My guess is we did something or somebody did something, and yeah, that happened. But I have no idea. My mom's family came from England, and my dad's family came from Switzerland. It's okay, Lauren. Um, it could be just me, but I have always loved animals, always loved nature. And I look at things a little bit differently. The Native Americans will tell you, some of them, that we're all connected. That we all are brothers and sisters. That the animals are related to us. And I don't know about that, but I do know that they have spirits. I know that even a spider, a tarantula, um, they don't follow the books. I had a rose here, which was supposed to be really docile. She was docile for maybe 5 minutes, maybe less. And then she wanted to kill you. Oops, unalive you. No. I surround myself with nature as best I can. Everything from rocks to vanilla. This is 1,000-year-old vanilla. No joke. It's old. I have tons of fossils. I have stuff you haven't seen yet. But this is really cool. I have a beach at my house, sort of. This is a moon snail. And moon snails are cool because they yeah, but the problem with that, Carol, is that man has to learn to respect nature in order to reach the medicine. Moon snails feed on clams. Mine is probably a venomous animal somewhere. Like, I definitely think that if there is that connection, like my professor thinks there is, that snakes were part of the process. Because this feels incredibly comforting right now. Not the fact that it's a cobra, which it's not really. Guys, this is not real. Just, I mean, you guys know that, but just putting it out there. The creepy crawly stuff is my safe place. I don't keep I don't have the animals that I used to. Um, because if I did, none of that stuff would be up. At one time, all of my shelves, except for the very top, had tanks. It was nothing but tanks. Yeah, and instead of people asking to see the fake animals, they'd be asking to see the tarantulas. No, there was more than tarantulas up there. At one time, the very top had 2 scorpion tanks. At one time, these behind me was filled. The third shelf, second shelf, and the third, there's the one right behind me. This one, the second one. So there were 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves. There was a spider tank on the west wall and on the north wall. And there was another tank on the floor because I didn't have room for a big tank anyplace else. Actually, no. I had two scorpions in a shared, not a shared tank, but a divided tank. And then I had another spider in a vertical tank and something else in another tank. I can't. One, I don't have the money right now. And two, the animals that I want are illegal in my state. Or in my, not my state, but my city. So, there's that. I don't know what happened that made them illegal, because it seems to me like they're not going to survive up here. I think I think I know what happened. Yeah, they are. But you know what's funny is I used to take my animals out to the school every year and nobody said anything. Now, I don't know if they don't know where I live, but there were cops that would come in. So I don't know. If I kept it quiet and didn't display them on YouTube, I might get away with it, but it's not my house. I can't do that. And then if I do get caught, what happens to the hobby? That's the other thing. I make it worse for other people? Nope. It's not worth it. That and the animals get destroyed? Nope. It's not worth it. Not worth it. I watched a guy on Instagram today unbox a large female bird eater. I was like, oh. I want one. It's hard not to go to the pet shop. Yes, it had to be. It was the size of a dinner plate. Like, no joke. Maybe bigger. I know, right? Chelsea's like, you crazy. Okay. Thank you for coming in. The guys from Germany? I don't remember his name. I don't know if he's on YouTube or not. Oh, I'm not finding it, so. Yeah, it is. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good one. Have a good Easter. I will see you guys on Tuesday. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.